The Exorcism is another film in the overplayed, oversaturated, there's way too many of them, demonic possession movies. But that doesn't mean there's not some good qualities about this. So we're going to talk about The Exorcism starring Russell Crowe. The Exorcism is a frustrating movie. Apparently this was finished like 4 years ago, but because of like COVID and then the railroad strikes, they had no idea what to do with it, so they just pumped it out. I think like 2 months ago in like June or something. And yeah, I kind of see why they just shelved it for so long. But what's interesting about this is actually the plot itself is about a film studio essentially trying to remake The Exorcist, and like spooky things keep happening on set, and then Russell Crowe, the main character, is like, I'm a tryout for it. And then like he starts being spooky at home to his estranged daughter, and it just goes from there. And what I did like about it was the filmmaking aspect. I like that it fully shows how films are made, and I like that because I don't think a lot of people understand how hard it is to make a movie, and all the moving pieces and the hundreds of people it takes to literally make one Hollywood stylized movie. So that's always cool to me. And like the set that is like somewhat used is like a recreation of the Exorcist house, which is pretty cool. And of course, Russell Crowe, he he brings his all. He always brings his all. So his performance is good. It kind of seems like he's having a blast being all spooky. So like if Hollywood wants to cast him in more horror stuff, I'm all for it because like he was actually pretty scary and Unhinged that came out a few years ago. But that's all I got for good stuff. The bad, it's just missed opportunity. Like you have The Exorcist is a classic movie. It's one of the biggest horror films of all time. Everyone knows it, and even if they've never seen it, they of course know scenes from it, like the head twist, the pea soup, your mother sucks cocks in hell, all that stuff. Especially because it's been spoofed a gazillion times, from South Park to Courage the Cowardly Dog to Scary Movie 2 to Family Guy, South Park. I think I already said South Park, but you know what I'm saying. So you kind of go in expecting like, oh, it's gonna, even if the film isn't scary, it's going to do some like cool and interesting things with it, but it really doesn't. And I think that's the biggest flaw is like a movie about a cursed movie set is really intriguing and it could be very cool, but it's just not. The way the story's told through Russell Crowe instead of like the actual film set or the actual like filmmakers behind the in film, God, that's a mouthful. Seems like a wasted opportunity. But I understand that you want a big name, so follow Russell Crowe. You didn't have to. You didn't have to do that to make this an interesting movie. And it just comes off bland, boring. It's not scary. But I forgot to mention there are some nice shots in this. Like some scenes do look pretty good, and like the family drama, because like I said earlier, he's estranged from his daughter. They haven't really seen each other. They don't really talk or hang out. The drama aspect is actually pretty okay. So I would have like kept the drama stuff, remove Russell Crowe from the spookiness, and just make it about a cursed film set. Would probably be a lot better and might have been a banger. But with how the story's told and everything else, like you follow Russell Crowe as he's being spooky, but then that takes away from the filmmaking aspect of it. So it's like a whole debacle of, do you try to put in Crow to get audiences in it, or do you try to make it engaging movie? And it tries to do both, but it doesn't do both very well. But The Exorcism, it's fine. It would be a really good, like, starter horror movie for, like, I would say, like, teenagers, because it's not very scary, but there's a few little spooky scenes here and there, and it works for the most part. So, like, they might find it scary or cool. So that's who I would recommend this to. But like always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching, and keep being good people.